What's up? This is Nick, head coach of Cerulean City Psyducks, here with my match against Jake of the Puzzle City Pikipeks. That's who I face this week. So he leads off with his Tabu Cocoa 5 beers, and I lead with Silky Smooth Duke Silver. And right here, I'm kind of did something dumb, because later you'll see that I have a choice scarf on my Persian, and I went for fake out. Which, yeah, cool, I made him flinch, but I was locked into fake out, which means I literally can't do anything after that. So that was stupid. So then I bring in GG Easy Bake, because I'm like, okay, if it throws out Thunder, Fairy, whatever, I can take it. And of course it crits on that hit. So there you go, critical hit, awesome. But it did show that it did have a life orb, which was nice for me to see, because that definitely was good to know that item. So then he brings in Arnold, the shiny Giggly, and he sets up his Sand Scream. Now this thing didn't really cause me any problems. It was just annoying because he kept bringing it out, and then he just kept switching it out. But whatever, I bring back in Duke Silver. He gets hit by the Sandstorm. Yeah, whatever, it happens. A little bit of damage doesn't really matter. So this next turn, I don't know if he was just going to try and get damage on me or what, but I use a good old switcheroo and give him my Choice Scarf, which is exactly who I wanted to give it to because his base speed is like 25. So I give him a Choice Scarf and he's still not faster than anything. And that's the first of a few Stone Edges that I dodged, which was really neat. And now I have some leftovers, which is really cool. So let's fancy that. Thanks for those. Gigalith, they're real tasty. And I appreciate it. So then after this, I was like, okay, I gave him the Choice Scarf. Now let's use Parting Shot, weaken him up a little bit, and then bring in something that can kill him. So I bring out the good old Punchy Plant. And Punchy Plant gets just as lucky as Duke Silver did, and that Stone Edge missed, which was real nice. So at this point, I know, well, they're not going to stay out because I kill them pretty easily. So it comes in 5 beers again. And I'll be pretty sad that I didn't win the coin flip on this attack, because I did equip a Razor Claw to Breloom so that the Stone Edges would have a 50% chance to critical hit, but that one did not, so I'm a little bit sad about that. But still, he got it all the way down to the red, which pretty much left this Tapu Koko one hit away from destruction. And unfortunately on this one, I was like, psh, of course I can easily kill it. Why not just go for Mach Punch? Well, of course he's not going to want to kill that thing yet. So he sends in 1976 to Salamence, and it takes a Mach Punch, and that doesn't do shit. Even on a critical hit. Oh no, that wasn't a crit. It's another move later that crits, but still. Didn't do any damage. So I'm like, alright, I don't want to get hit by a flying move. So I'm going to bring in good old Dicky Duke Silver, the Lowland Persian. He uses a Dragon Dance, which is, it's a little bit scary. Just because if you get this thing pumped up, it can start hitting pretty hard. So I heal a little bit with my leftovers. Just back up to full health, which is nice. And then of course, first turn in, I use a Fake Out. Just a little bit of chip damage, as well as just giving me a turn where they can't do anything. So then he goes for the Dragon Claw, but luckily my Fur Coat helps nerf a whole bunch of that damage. And then I'm like, well, you just boosted your attack. Foul play. Brings him all the way down to 6 health. Almost KO'd him. Would have been happy with the KO. That would have been really nice, because then Duke Silver would have ended up having a little more HP after this encounter. But this turn, I was like, okay, I'm going to leave. He's weak. I can just send in somebody. But he flew up in the air. So that was definitely interesting. So I heal a little bit with leftovers, and these leftovers were actually super helpful because this fly comes down and does a nice hefty chunk of damage. So if I didn't have leftovers, I would have been dead. But thankfully, I was able to get those leftovers because I stole them. And I killed him with a Foul Play, because I'm like, well, he's up in the air. He's got to come down at some point, and then he's going to die at some point. And he does. And Duke Silver is in the red, which is a little bit unfortunate, but such is life, things happen. And he brings back in Arnold the Gigalith, which yet again sets up the Sandstream, which is pretty annoying that he kept doing that. I wish I would have killed him earlier. There were like 2 turns where I picked 2 or 3 turns against this guy where I picked the wrong move, where I could have just gotten some damage on him, probably killed him, but instead I decided to use a different move. So I bring back in Punchy Plant, because I know these Stone Edges after all, after being hit by parting shots and even going into Punchy Plant, really don't do that much damage. And then also it pretty much forces Gigalith to leave. So yet again it leaves, and he brings in Oz. This thing is just a pain in the ass, and this Drain Punch I did go for because I was just hoping to get some health back. I do get a little bit back, but obviously since it's not very effective, it doesn't do that much. But it was a crit, so that's nice. So on this next turn, I go for, I think I switch out this time, because this thing could have, I think, Moonblast or Psychic, and both of those just absolutely destroy me. So I switch out and bring in for the first time this match, Mushmouth, the Pelipper, to set my own weather up. So get rid of that stupid sand and bring in the rain. And he does set up those Stealth Rocks, so that's kind of annoying, but whatever. He sets up Stealth Rocks to be all good. Because my team doesn't really like them. This team, we've got Rotom, Heat, and Pelipper who don't really like the Stealth Rocks, but those two are kind of just secondary characters anyway. So then he brings in Arnold again, and this turn is one of those turns I should have gone for the Stab Water move in the rain, but I go for Hurricane, which luckily, even if the Sand does hit, but it doesn't do shit damage-wise. So I should have just gone for the Scald, because it's just so much more effective, a lot higher hit chance, and then also has that chance to burn. But, alas, I did not. And I bring back in Punchy Plant again. Take the Stealth Rocks damage, take the Stone Edge damage, go all the way down into red, and get buffeted by the Sandstorm. Not looking too good for me, but this time I actually decided to make the smart move where, okay, let's go for one of my most powerful attacks. So Oz comes back in, and right out comes the Bullet Seed. And luckily, this first hit of Bullet Seed crits. Thank you, Razor Claw. Next one does a good chunk of damage, takes him down to just over half. Another one takes it down into about a third. Another one takes it really low, about a quarter of health. And this turn, he gets buffeted by the Sandstorm. I get buffeted by the Sandstorm. I'm like, ugh, I am literally one hit from death. Now at this point I should have realized, well, why would he attack me? I'm dead in 1 or 2 turns. So stupidly I went for the Mach Punch, which does about half of what he had left, so 22, 23 damage, something like that, and he uses Moonlight, which luckily in the sand or rain or whatever, Moonlight does not heal as much. So that was very nice that he didn't even get up to halfway. And I dropped down to, I think I had like 3 health, 2 health, something like that after that Sandstorm hit me. So at this point I'm like, I know I'm dead, so I've just gotta go all in. Best attack I can get. He Moonlights again. This one I think brings him just above half. A little bit more. And I use Bullet Seed. Unfortunately though, this one does not hit 4 times like the last one, because if it did hit 4 times, it would have got the KO. But this one only hits twice, so woohoo! I think there's like a 37% chance of it hitting twice, and 37% chance of it hitting 3 times, so I did get a little unlucky there. And then he just goes for the kill right afterwards, because why not? Might as well. I have like 2 health. Pretty much dead anyway. So down goes Punchy Plant. I should have gone for the big attack when I first thought I was just about to die, but I was hoping that I could get a crit, which is, I know, kind of stupid, but whatever. It happens. And Duke Silver comes back out. One more game, and gets hit by those Stealth Rocks, and now he's in the danger zone right now. And this was another one where I really should have just gone for the kill shot. I should have just gone for a foul play, because I'm pretty sure it would have killed Oz. And it also would have done very good damage to Arnold when he came out. I think it... Yeah, but I went for fake out because, I don't know, I'm an idiot. Or maybe it was because I ran the calc and I saw that I wouldn't quite one-hit KO that Necrozma. I'm not sure. Yeah, I definitely should have gone for that. Even though my leftovers are keeping me alive from the sand, and I do hit him with the foul play, and it does about 2/3 of what the health he had left, and I do drop to the Iron Head, which is unfortunate. So I definitely should have gone for that foul play, just because it would have killed or done good damage, and things would have been great. But ooh, that big chunk of damage from Stealth Rocks. I set the rain up, and then this time I think I actually make the smart move. and he switches out. Yeah, and this time I do go for the Scald, but it goes into his special wall, so it doesn't do anything. Even with the rain boost and stab, it does not even 30 damage, so yeah, not good. So I withdraw, which was, I don't know why I did. Well, yeah, because I wasn't doing much damage. But I was hoping to trap him with this, because I had Magnet Pull, but he absolutely saw that coming and immediately switched that thing out. Pretty sure just to bait out my Magneton. Which he successfully did bait my Magneton, which is, I mean, I should have seen it coming. I was a bit too eager to come out against that thing. I should have brought in, I don't know, somebody else. But whatever, I still get the critical hit for the KO on Arnold, so that was nice getting rid of him because he was really starting to piss me off. And I probably should have just gone for Thunderbolt because it would have killed anyways, and then I could have kept him in, and I wouldn't have to take that huge quarter of my health and damage from Mushmouth again. But it's not what I went with. So I get the rain set back up, and now I don't have to worry about the sand getting set up, which was nice. And he brings in 5 years, and this was a moment where I was like, well, I know if I switch out, someone's got to take a hit, and I should have just switched out and tried to bring in my Swampert, but I stayed in. So that was unfortunate that he just died. So I'm like, okay, now I'll bring in my Swampert. Or no, I don't think I bring in Swampert. Nope, I bring in Magneton again. Which, I mean, is not a terrible idea. I got the rain up, so fire's weakened, so I don't have to worry about that, which I think that may have been what his hidden power was, his hidden power fire. But through the rain and with my Eviolite, it really didn't do much damage. And he falls to his Life Orb. And then, I think, yeah, my Thunderbolt just goes into nothing, so that was a little annoying. And here comes Artemis, the very lucky Sceptile. So this thing comes out shiny all blue-green and whatever, and Focus Blast, a 70% accuracy move, hits, so I mean, it's better than a coin flip, but it does hit and does get the KO because it's super effective. And at this point, I was like, well, I've got Rotom Heat and Swampert, so not many choices. Bring in Swampert, take a little bit of Stone's damage, and then, of course, since it's raining, go Mega with my Keystone, but pretty much as soon as I pick my attack this turn, I'm like, you know what, it's not going to matter, this thing's probably Focus Sashed. So I definitely, earlier in the battle, should have brought in Swampert against that Gigalith, because I really shouldn't have been afraid of it at all. I could have killed it very easily, and it couldn't do as much damage to me, but then this thing Giga Drains me and killed me. That 4 times Grass weakness is just brutal. And then he heals back up to like a bit over half of his health. So yeah, that was bad. Now I send out GG Easy Bake because he's my last one. He takes a nice chunk of damage from Stealth Rocks, and then if I'd gotten lucky here, I might have been able to kill that thing. But the Focus Blast connects once again. I know we had another battle this week where 2 in a row missed, but this battle that did not happen. So there it is. I lost because of some bad planning, some poor choices in moves, and kind of just going too hard in for the kills instead of thinking a little further ahead. But it happens. I didn't win this week. Hopefully I can get that W next week and make my record a little bit better than the trash that it is right now. So that's been the battle. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next week.